To optimize your camera for a macro scene, or when the subject is very close to the lens, you'll want to set the program mode, you'll want to set the macro mode, make sure the flash is turned off, set the ISO, the white balance, and you may want to check out the miniature filters in the filters mode. Let's start by setting the program mode. Simply turn your mode dial to the letter P. This stands for program, and just like the auto mode, it'll set the aperture and shutter speed for you. However, this mode will give you control over other functions. Because the subject is so close to the camera with this scene, you'll need to set the macro mode. Go ahead and press the flower icon or left navigation button right here, and then press it again to choose the macro icon. Then press set or give it a second to go away. When shooting macros with this camera, you want to make sure that you zoom all the way back or out of the scene. So what you don't want to do is zoom in when using the macro mode. What you want to do is zoom out and then physically step closer to your subject. Now you want to make sure that the flash is turned off, so press the flash all the way down. And the ISO can be set to auto, so press the up navigation or ISO button right here, and use the control dial to move the ISO around, or press the metering mode to jump back to auto. Then press set to escape. Now you'll want to make sure the white balance is also properly set, so go ahead and press the function button to access the function menu, and use the up and down navigation buttons to access the white balance function. Here you can use the control dial to move around the different options, and depending on the lighting in your scene, you'll want to choose the most appropriate option. So for example, if you're outdoors, you can set daylight. If you're in the shade, however, outdoors, you may want to set cloudy to compensate for the cool light in shady situations. If you're indoors, you can set this to tungsten or fluorescent, and so on. I'll go ahead and set mine to daylight, and then press set to escape. Now I'm ready to take my picture. I should get much closer to the subject, press the shutter button halfway to lock focus on the subject. When that focusing square turns green, you know the camera is locked focus. At this point, I can continue holding the shutter button halfway and then recompose the image if I don't necessarily want the subject that's in focus to be right in the center of the screen. Then, press the shutter button the rest of the way to capture the image. Now you may want to play around with the miniature filters effect with this scene because it can be pretty neat. Go ahead and move your mode dial to the filters mode right there. And then you'll press the function button to access the function menu and choose the miniature effects filter right there. Then press set. Now you can see the rectangle on my screen, which indicates what part of the image is going to be in focus. I can move this around and change its width by pressing the metering mode button right here. Now I can press the up and down navigation buttons to move the rectangle up or down on the screen, and left and right to move it left and right on the screen. This way the rectangle will be vertical. So for example, if I want Mr. Potato Head in focus and Mrs. Potato Head out of focus, I can do it this way. I can also use my zoom lever to increase or decrease the size of the rectangle. So let's say this is what I want. I'll press the metering button to escape this, and now I can go ahead and take my picture. Again, press the shutter button halfway to lock focus on the subject, and then press it the rest of the way to take the shot.